Hi guys, this is Ray in Chiang Rai. I'm sitting here with our lawyer friend Chatri, and today he's going to tell us about how a foreigner can own a house or property, or even if it's possible for a foreigner to own a house and property. There's a lot of lawyers say one thing and others say another, but Chatri I trust. So Chatri, sawadee krap.
Sawadee krap.
And so what's the deal, Chatri? Can a foreigner own a house or not?
Okay, yes, let me give you some law backgrounds on property that a foreigner can own a house. There are some options that foreigners can own a house in Thailand. For example, one option is the foreigner married to a Thai lady, he would be able to own a house, but the land will be needed to be registered in the name of the Thai lady. And another option is to register as the legal entity in form of the company. So through the registered company, a foreigner can own a house.
So on that note, like Americans, it's very easy for an American to start a company here and they can have more than 49%, correct? Under the amity agreement. But an Italian or an Australian or an Englishman, he can't have the majority of his company.
I think what you mentioned, that the foreigner can own above 49%, that could be considered as the foreign company. But if under the Thai company, a foreigner can own not exceeding to 49%.
Right. Yeah, I think it's a bit different for each well, not for each nationality, but it's different for Americans and everybody else from what I understand. Not being American, I don't really know, but it would make sense to me. So basically, it's what I believe is correct. A foreigner cannot go out and buy some land in his name and build a house.
You are correct. Because of any foreigners in Thailand, you cannot own the land. It's prohibited by the law. So what I have shown you two options. That is the possibility for any foreigners to own a house in Thailand.
But if I form a company, which I know is not a cheap thing to do, but if I form a company, how do I know even then that I'm protected in my investment of the property if I don't have a majority share of the company?
I would say to this regard that if you establish a company and you want to be protected under the law, I would suggest any foreigner to become a director of the company, which is the representative of the company, because of all through the directors that he or she is protected and he or she is represented to the company.
Okay. Now what about leasing land, and I think there's another one called usufruct?
Okay, through the lease land or the usufruct or superficies, I think this is should have it should be come after the relationship. I mean, any foreigners who have the relationship to a Thai lady, that man can build relationship to the Thai lady, and the Thai lady can offer a foreigner to have the lease, usufruct, or superficies. Because of I think there is no foreigner who come to Thailand and can build usufruct or superficies by himself. if not knowing any Thai girl.
Oh, so is that true for a lease also?
Of course, because of between the leasers and the lessors, it should have the relationship between two parties.
That's interesting because a person, I won't mention the name, but a person that you've met and you know a little bit, is looking at some property right now. The lady says she will lease the property to them. Neither one of these people are Thai. They're both Malaysian and they are a married couple. So she wants to lease the land to them so they can build a house on that land. So really, since there's no Thai partner involved, how would that work?
I think to the sample that you gave, it's between a couple who they are foreigners, and this couple knows a Thai person. But I mean, between two parties, they should have a relationship. Without knowing each other, the contract cannot be signed.
Oh, you mean a relationship with the landowner?
With the landowner and the foreigners, they should have a good relationship to each other, because of through the relationship only that can build up the lease or usufruct or the superficies.
And if not me, if somebody takes a 30-year lease on a piece of property, do they pay the whole 30-year lease cost up front, or do they pay it annually, or?
Normally, the leases you pay just pay up for one time, for cover for the 30 years.
Okay.
And if the time period is covered between the two parties, they can renew the lease term again.
And the normal price for leasing land, is that less than buying land?
I think it depends on the zone of the land. If the land is situated in the city area, that might be might be cost much more than the lease. Or on the other hand, if the land is in the countryside, the lease is much more cheaper than buying a piece of land.
The reason I asked is because this person I was just talking about is being offered a 30-year lease on the land, and the price is 800,000 baht. Now this land is in Mayon at, I think it's called Phu Plai Pha, something like that. And to me that's, it's only about one nan. That sounds to me like they're selling, it's the same price as selling the land, except that they're getting paid for it, and 30 years later they can sell it again.
You have to understand that to lease is the ownership is still belong to the owner of the land.
Yeah.
But to sell, if you have a company can buy a piece of land, so the ownership of the land will be transferred to the company. So this is the differences between the lease and the buy. But I think in the long term, that is good for this couple also, if they want to plan for a long stay in Chiang Rai.
Do you think they should start a company?
I didn't say that, but even they can lease the land and they can stay on that piece of land for for example for 30 years. Or if they want to establish a company, that company can own that piece of land.
Okay, so what I've got so far, you can correct me if I'm wrong, there are basically three ways they can go. 1, start a company. 2, be married to a Thai citizen. Or 3, leasing usufruct or superficies.
Yes, of course. So Yeah, this is the basically options to own the land for the foreigners.
And what's the difference between a lease and a usufruct and a superficies? What?
Actually, it's not so different, but usufruct and superficies, the foreigners can make a contract with the owner for lifelong, but for the lease, you have mentioned specific terms of the lease year.
Okay. So a lease is for a specific term. A usufruct or a superficies can be for the life of the person.
Yeah, it's up to the agreement between the owner and the foreigners.
Right.
And also, it will be once you register with the land officials, each of the land office has different discretion. So this is one thing that you have to consider. What do you really want from superficies or usufruct?
Right. So the lease has a fixed term. Usufruct or superficies can be just any amount of time.
Actually, the usufruct and superficies can mention the specific terms also, but there is another option that the owner can allow any foreigners to live or to use the land for their life.
Okay. Okay. And what happens when they die?
When foreigner dies, the owners get back the land.
What about the house?
The house is in Thailand. We says that whatever attached to the land belongs to the owner of the land. So it implies that the house will belong to the owner of the land.
So really, even under these circumstances, he doesn't own his house.
Of course, because of actually the owner of the land is the owner of the house.
Yeah.
So once the foreigner dies, so the house belongs to the owner of the land.
So could I have a will that says if I die, my son Johnny is going to take over and the house. I'm leaving the house to him, and he can sell it or whatever he wants to do.
If in the contract of superficies and usufruct, if you have mentioned that you can dispose the house to your heir in your will.
Okay, but one has to be careful and be sure they mention that.
Yeah, it depends on the contract of the owner of the land and the foreigners.
Right. I think I got it. I think I understand. Thank you for clearing up a lot of confusion.
Thank you very much.
Well, Chatri, thank you very much. Do you have anything else to add on that?
I don't have anything, but I just want to let any foreigners in Chiang Rai, if you may have any questions regarding the legal issues, you can contact me via my telephone number or my email. I'm pleased to give you additional explanation on the legal issues.
And I'll be sure to put your Facebook page and your phone number in the video.
Yes, thank you very much.
And the video description, so they can just click on a link and go right to Chatri.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, but listen guys, don't follow him. His humor is not great. Okay, Chatri, thank you very much. I think that's probably enough for today.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, see you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to be notified of all new videos as they're released. If you want to help the channel financially, click the link in the description to buy me a coffee.